Well, Coach, had to be a frustrating night. Turnovers, 5 of those, and then the penalties, just a couple touchdowns taken off the board. I mean, how frustrating is this? I mean, can you remember a game where you were this frustrated after a loss?
You're always, I think, disappointed, frustrated after loss. But the way it went down, just a lot of things beating ourselves. You mentioned we had 14 points taken off the board, and that was 14 points were huge the way the game went. But ultimately, we got to do a better job. And you can't win any game when you turn the ball over 5 times and have the number of penalties we had. And regardless of whether they're, you think they're good calls or not, we got to be able to play better. And my job is to get us to play better. And I think I'm more frustrated than anything just about that. Is that we're not playing to the level that this team's capable of for whatever reason right now, and that's on me. And I got to figure out how to get that fixed, because I can take a loss if you're playing the type of game that I believe that we can play. And credit Bowling Green, they did a good job of not beating themselves. But that's more of the frustration, disappointment is really myself.
Is the biggest question at this point just how you as a coach or the coaching staff a lot can find a way to spark the offense?
We got to do something. We're not scoring enough points. You guys we have to score points in college football, and then when we get something happen, we get penalty sets us back, and then if we get down there, we miss a kick. And so it's disheartening. I thought our defense played way better today, and they kept us in the game, and we just couldn't do a good enough job moving the ball consistently. We move it, and then something will happen, whether there's a penalty. I mean, it seemed like every time we got a big play, there was a penalty with it. And you just can't win games doing that. And we're struggling offensively. So when you get those big plays, you need them. And it just put us backwards. And so we've got as coaches, we got to figure out why the penalties are happening, and then what's happening to us to not be able to sustain drives. We got to go back to the drawing board there and figure some things out.
Going back to the decision to go for it on 4th down with about 12 minutes to go, I guess first of all, the decision, was that more about like we were just talking about, just trying to spark something, and then also where was the breakdown in execution?
Well, I thought we're down 16-7. Our defense was playing well. My thought process was it's going to take 2 scores to win the game. I thought if we didn't get it, our defense would hold them to a field goal attempt. We obviously didn't. But I thought we would. And so you're down 19-7, and I knew we'd have to take 2 touchdowns to win. So I thought, hey, we liked our call on 4th and 2 and had an opportunity to get it, and we just didn't execute there. Again, that's more on me. We got to have a better call in that situation. But we liked what we did. We thought it was a good situation. They gave us a look that we thought would be successful, and we didn't do it. But that was the thought process behind it. It was 4th and 2, and thinking if we didn't get it, our defense has played well enough that we can hold them to a field goal attempt. And if they make it, it's still a 2-score game. And it didn't work out, so bad call by me.
Running the ball, I mean, you've had some chunks in the run game. Dickens has really given you a spark there. Is the running game where you want to see it yet?
No. I think we're inconsistent. I think we got to stick to it more. I think we've got to do a better job of trying to take advantage of what people are trying to do to us consistently. When you get a big play, we'd have a turnover, or you get a big run, we couldn't finish it up with something. And so I'm not expecting we should be rushing for 400 yards every week, but we're better than what we've shown this week for sure. I thought we had opportunities to have some big. But you look, we had Evan had a 50-yard run that got called back, and so those are big chunk plays that as you look at the stat sheet. And you look like you didn't do anything, and you go back and see what was taken off it, and that hurts you a lot, And so, but we're not where we need to be there, and we've got to get better if we're going to, get this thing turned around. And we will. It's an out-of-conference game. It's disappointing because we always want to represent Conference USA well. It's disappointing, but our ultimate goal is to win the conference, and so we've got that's still way out there ahead of us. But my main focus is we got to get our guys back playing better football for 4 quarters.
You see some strides on the defensive side. Really felt like that they got after it, tackling, and gave you a chance to win.
They did. They kept us in the game. There in the first half, and then even the second half. I thought they played well. I'm sure there's some things they wish they'd had back, but they kept you in the football game when their offense was struggling and not being able to consistently do something. I thought we had a great spark out of it. They got a good stop. We got the touchdown out of half. You're 10-7 there. they drive down and get a field goal. We got a chance, with the drive, and we get the huge penalty. I think we get the ball to the +40. And there's a huge penalty there, and then they get it and they go up 16-7, and all that momentum we had was taken away, and it's just hard to overcome that. But I was pleased with their overall effort. I thought we tackled better, we hustled the ball better, and so we can build off of that. If we'll play that way, every week, they'll give us a chance to win games.
Coach, second straight week that multiple turnovers have been an issue for the offense. Not always the same guy. What do you and the rest of the team try to do to clean that up moving forward?
It's something every week. We have a drill that specifically that we're working those things, and what's happening is, are we taking what we're working out there? We fumble right before half. It's 3-0. We get the ball back. We're going to try to get a drive. We get a sack. So we're just running the clock out. Young man just lays the ball on the ground. Huge play there, And then we had an interception on a bad play, quarterback wise. He's backing out of there and instead of hanging in there in the rush. And so all those are fixable. But what these guys have got to learn and what we got to continue to coach them on is that a punt is a good thing. A punt is a good thing, and we've given up a lot of points on defense because our offense has put them in bad situations. And we got to stop doing that. But I'm trying to think. We had the tip ball there on the drive, and they tip it up and they catch it. So we've had some unlucky bounces as well. But some of those things are just self-inflicted. The first drive, we're driving the ball right down the field, and one of our best players, just doesn't do a great job there. And again, that's us as coaches. We got to do a better job of making sure guys understand the urgency that's required. And it's not from a lack of effort from us, or it's not lack of effort of our players. It's not like they're trying to do that. I know they want to get it fixed, and I believe, and our coaches believe we will. But it is a frustrating point.
2 straight losses. Got a tough opponent coming up next week. I know it's early, but do you worry at all about the team's culture and staying together moving forward?
I don't. I think with anything, there's a frustration, obviously disappointment, but I believe we've got some good leaders that want to see this thing through, and they know we're in a season right now that's not good for anybody, and that we're struggling. But there's a purpose. We shared Romans 8:28 with our team last week. There's a purpose for all things. And so we're going through something now that nobody wants to, but there's a purpose behind that. And I'm confident that they'll stay together. We just got to continue to fight for each other, continue to do things necessary to go out and play winning football. And that's our main thing. And I'm disappointed, and I want to let our fans know I'm disappointed that this is how we're playing right now. But we will get it better. I guarantee that.
Coach, thanks for your time.